Friends, Doc South here. Just sharing a 9/11 memory that I had experienced. The wife and I experienced, Sandy and I. I remember we basically were getting ready to go down to work at our store when the attack occurred. We had an antique shop, secondhand store. In the town of Long Valley, New Jersey. Pretty neat place. And we were, in fact, I think I was coming home from the bank right around 9 o'clock-ish. Sandy was doing some chores around the house, and all of a sudden word came over various radio stations that planes had hit the Trade Center, and that it didn't look like it was an accident, an act of terrorism instead. And she and I were both pretty shook. But at the same time, our store, well, we went down just, if nothing else, to make sure everything was okay. And we were gonna try opening, but you know, we had work to do down there, I guess, and just figured if nothing else, we'll get some chores done in the place. But we opened up. In fact, on the way down, we lived up on a mountain overlooking Long Valley, and on the way down, we actually could see the smoke from the Trade Center. In fact, we could see, I think, one of the towers, just barely, like just a little tiny top of it. It was a very clear day, if you remember, and yeah, smoke wasn't looking good. Nothing had, at that time, I don't think anything had collapsed yet. But so we got down, we were pretty shook. There was a little TV in the store, we turned it on, and you know, I got the stuff out onto our front porch, the various antiques, and put the open sign up. Well, a couple came in. They were, I had not seen them before. They were African-American, very nice young couple, married couple, and they came into the store and were walking around, and I don't know, I hadn't quite gotten to telling them what was up yet, and I was thinking of some good way to do it, because obviously they were just having a great old day, and I look out at the fella's car, and I see that he's got a police medallion on his bumper. He was a cop, and it looked like from East Orange, I believe, East Orange. And I said, "Sir, you are a policeman?" He says, "Well, yes, I'm a policeman. What is something wrong?" I said, "Have you been listening to the radio?" He says, "No, the wife and I were talking, and we had music on. What's up?" I said, "Come here and look at this TV." He says, and of course he looks, and he said, "Oh my God, dear, come on, we got to go." I said, "Well," he says, "No day off for me now." He says, "We've got to get back down there right away, back to the patrol, to the precinct," and he headquarters, and you could just tell by looking, he hit that door, peeled out, and off he went. And I had a feeling probably an hour or two later he would have been at the Trade Center. I would imagine he would have been there after the collapses, so I would imagine he got through it okay. Hopefully he didn't get so much of that dust on him that he got sick, but man, there was no stopping him. I don't think you would have had any luck at all convincing him not to go do what he could to help. He was just one of those guys. Looked like a wonderful, wonderful fella. And his wife, full of support, she says, "Yeah, come on, we got to go. Sorry, please." I said, "You just take care of yourself. We'll say a prayer for you." And he said, "Thank you, I'm going to need it." And I said, "Also, watch out. There's evidently other attacks going on." He says, "I'll keep my eyes open." And that was it. But you know, there was not even the slightest hesitation or thought of continuing his day off. All leaves were canceled. He was just one of those God, I don't know. I was so honored to have met him. We never saw him again. He never came to our store again that I know of. Maybe he did and I wasn't there. But you got to hand it to the guy. And you know, all the other rescue squads and stuff throughout the country that they formed volunteer groups, and off they went with their ambulances from the Carolinas, Pennsylvania, all over the country. People were flying up the highway to help. Some fire trucks too. I don't imagine they were needed much after a while, but anyone and everyone who had a chance to help was stepping up. Says a lot of good about our country. I might add, you might want to see a song that was inspired by the Trade Center. Hear a song. It was done by a fellow named Philly Cuzz. Philly, Philly, Cuzz. Look him up. It's a song called "We Are Americans," and you should give that a look-see. The way we've been all at each other's throats over racial differences and religious, I just think you should hear this song. It was inspired by the way we all got along so well those 2 or 3 months after the Trade Center attack. You might want to see hear the song. Fellow's name is Philly Cuzz. We Are Americans. You give that a listen. I don't have a way of sharing it with you, but if I can find a way, I'll post it on my site. But again, okay, just please, if you would. It was very trying times. It was absolutely horrendous what happened. But if there's a good side to it, and it's something we might remember now, we might consider now, we got along just fine. And it didn't matter anything about rich, poor, race, religion. It was just so bad as that was. It was cool to see that response. To me it was. Hopefully it was to you too. I'm sure you noticed if you were alive back then. Anyway, I thought I'd say. Yeah, Lord's Prayer moment. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. So be it. Okay, there you go. Anyway, God bless that guy. I hope he made it through there okay, and I got a feeling he did. He seemed like a pretty sharp fella. Knew to keep his eyes open. Okay, and never saw him again. I wish I would have loved to have known him better. Seemed like a really good people. Anyway, thought I'd say. Bye now, friends, and God bless.